So there was a comment of someone that was asking me if I could make a video on suicidal thoughts and how to get rid of them. And I cannot clearly remember everything he said in the comments, so I'm just paraphrasing. And I believe that he said that he knows someone who is suicidal and he's sending my videos to people who have mental illnesses because he feels that these videos can be helpful. But you have to be cautious with this, because if you feel like you are in the position to help someone, then first you have to ask the person if they even want help. And especially in this topic, you have to treat this situation with a lot of care. Because when somebody is in a situation where they just feel suicidal, they're depressed and they don't see any hope anymore. They only have you, and you feel like you aren't in a position where you need to help them, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to forgive yourself if you wouldn't try it at least, right? So it's a difficult situation, and when this person does not want to listen, then you cannot force them, because this identification might be so big that any attempt to help them might be perceived as an attack to their identity, because the one that's suffering is one with the pain. So that's why, when some people are identified with their mental illnesses in such a way, so brutally identified with their mental illnesses, that when you are not criticizing them, but you're just criticizing the mental illness, then they feel offended. And that is proof that the person that's suffering is one with the mental illness. And it's not the mental illness, it's the mind. So the suffering is created by the mind, and the identity that is suffering is also one with the mind. It's one entity. So you cannot force people to listen, you cannot force people to heal, you cannot, you have to kind of make people feel that it is okay how they feel. So when somebody is in your being, when you are with someone and you feel that they are suffering, it is always good to, in the first place, not come with some spiritual wisdom and teachings and you should do this, you should do that, and you should meditate. Just tell this person that you don't need to do anything. It is okay the way you feel. You don't have to, use a method or change anything about yourself. You can just be as you are with me. You can be with me and you can just be as you are. You can suffer all day long. I'm not going to change anything about you. I don't want you to change. And that in itself can give the other person a sense of glimpse that, wait a minute, that's strange. That's like the first person that does not want to change me. He doesn't want to heal me. He doesn't see any fault in me. So I can simply be as I am. I don't feel like I'm healthy, but still I feel like I can simply be. I don't have to fight. I don't have to justify the way I feel, the way I think. So this personal ego entity that is suffering feels like there's no resistance, at least from the other person. So there's just resistance within, but that resistance within does not have any resistance from the outside. So suddenly this person feels very comfortable with you and has a glimpse of hope, maybe. That actually I don't have to change myself, I can be as I am. And that can be done without giving any spiritual advice, giving the advice that you should meditate, you should do this, try that, It's okay that you are how you are. I don't want to change anything about you. And that by itself is already the essence of pure meditation, actually. It's already coming from the mentality of consciousness, if we can say so. It's a kind of a contradiction in the sentence, but consciousness does not want to change. So that's all you can do, actually. When you see a person that is suffering from suicidal thoughts and he doesn't see any hope anymore and he just wants to leave this earth, don't try to change that person. It's just say to that person, you know, I'm here. I don't need you to change. If you suffer, that's like, if I can help you, let me know. But if you don't want me to help you, that's also okay. And just, it's okay to be as you are. So that's the essence. That's all you can do. And it's not even a doing. It's just a letting the other person know that, you know what, we're just going to be here and we're not going to do anything about it. It's not a problem. So, of course, from this point on, there are a lot of things that could happen. For example, it could be that this person is going to be curious. How are you so peaceful, loving, and accepting? And then you can tell this person about, you know, about not about how you can change that person, but tell about yourself, how you are overcoming your own sufferings. So you're gonna inspire the other person instead of trying to manipulate the other person. You have to inspire people instead of telling them, you know, you should do this, I know it's gonna help you. Instead of doing it like that, you're gonna inspire people. You know, I was also suffering like you, and I still do sometimes, but I have found this way of living that is setting me free. And actually I enjoy living since I'm doing it this way. And then you can make this person curious. And if you see this person is pulling back and is like, that sounds like effort, don't try to make them do something that they don't want to do. Allowing pain to be there, allowing suffering to be there is already love, and therefore it's already the healing. So I feel that there are a lot of people out there who are suffering, who are diagnosed with some mental illness, and then they are just living to heal that. So all they do is, it comes from the desire to heal this. And therefore it's creating even more turbulation, and it's creating even more suffering and more suffering. And you gotta go to therapy, you gotta go to this, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta solve the problem, you gotta fix your mental health, you gotta do this, and then you're eating only bananas, and you're only eating healthy stuff, you know, you're only watching healthy stuff, you're so healthy on the outside, but inside you're like suffering because you're constantly doing in the hopes that you're gonna get there and you're gonna become healthy, and then you're in the hopes that one day you can just simply relax. It will never come. I know a lot of people who have to go to meetings and go there and do this and appointments, you know, just to heal their mental illness. But actually, when I'm talking with those people, I'm asking them, they're saying to me that these appointments make them sick. It's because it's always about my sickness. It's always about my mental health. It's always about my misery. So I tell them, what if you're just gonna relax and forget it for a minute? What if you're not really that ill? What if it's not that tragic? What if you could just forget it for a minute? Then it's like a relief. It's like you can just be as you are, even if there is pain, even if there is suffering, even if you have negative thoughts. Just leave it. It's allow these thoughts to be there in your loving space of being. And then there's this relief. Yeah, you're right. I could just be as I am without trying to fix myself, without being in conflict with myself. Just be, even if there is negativity. Then something settles and it's like a deep relaxation. For some people, this can hold on for weeks and months. It's like there's so much joy in not doing anything. There's so much joy in just being and seeing how life is unfolding by itself without my contribution. It's just and all of a sudden what can happen, it's like there's an impulse to be creative. Hey, I don't want to fix myself. I want to create this. I want to write a book. I want to do this. I want to make music. I want to, and then there's the health. So there's health without fixing anything. But you cannot force people to see it like this. You have to start by accepting people. Make people feel like they are accepted as they are. And if it makes them curious, you can go from there. If it does not make them curious, then that's all you did everything you can. If you're trying to force those people, then you're just gonna continue to traumatize them. You're gonna strengthen their belief that the world is just here to change them, that they are not lovable as they are. Right. So I hope that helped to some extent. And yeah, that was it. Alright, so don't forget to like this video, leave a comment and subscribe, and have a great day.